Yeah, Street Fighter 4, the game you've been waiting for. A lot of people have been waiting with great anticipation for this one. Capcom set their sights dead on recapturing fans of that big massive hit known as Street Fighter 2, as Street Fighter 3 might as well be condemned straight to hell. Are you ready, guys? Street Fighter 4 is essentially a heavily upgraded Street Fighter 2. The entire original 12 characters are back with each and every one of their distinct moves. Even normal punches and kicks are just about the same. If you freaked out over 2 back in the arcade, you'll feel right at home whipping out all of the special moves you committed to muscle memory a long time ago. Many people will love the feeling like reuniting with a long lost puppy or something ridiculously happy like that. You may also get a sort of been there done that feeling as well, you know, if you aren't like totally feeling the magic and all that sensational crap. Despite the fact that no one online can play anyone other than Ryu or Ken, or Cammy, the select alpha characters making their return are well appreciated, as you'll learn that they introduce new styles of play which help diversify the gameplay. Rufus, also known as the comedy douchebag fat ass, needs to go walk off a bridge and die. I refuse to play as him. Also, last boss of the game, Seth, is a worthless sack of defecation. He's essentially a 3D muscle teaching tool that somehow fell out of an X-Men game or whatever, which annoys me every time I see him. His cheap ass moves are part of the reason why I still slightly dread playing the one-player arcade mode. It is a good thing that arcade fighters do not require a one-player mode in order to be good. Versus fighting is where it's at, and Street Fighter 4's got it. You can play with friends sitting right next to you or online, which has very little noticeable lag. Though I suppose I would still be a little miffed. I would have honestly bought this game even if I could not play a single one-player match ever. The fighting engine is that good. Everything taken from Street Fighter 2 has been rebalanced. Priorities and all that fun stuff have been slightly reworked, and the new characters have been nicely meshed in. There are a couple different gauges that fill up, allowing you to use super combos and ultra combos, which, thank goodness, aren't completely impossible to pull off on a regular basis. The big thing this time around are the focus attacks. They allow you to absorb an attack and typically smash your opponent back, provided you know what you're doing. There are plenty of technical things you can do with them. They essentially take the place of Street Fighter 3's parries, and they help you string together combos as you lay your opponent to waste. This needs to be emphasized again. Regular humans can play this game and have fun. There isn't an overwhelming amount of crap to memorize in order to compete. This is part of Street Fighter 4's ingenuity, all while high-level play is still possible by those who really want it. The developer of this game has stated that he intended to shift the emphasis away from, you know, bajillion hit combos and more toward a more realistic system that can be compared to boxing. The skill is in reading your opponent's moves before he or she starts moving. Street Fighter 4 succeeds in doing this, which makes fighting opponents, online or offline, fantastically fun. There's a little icing on the cake here and there. Each character has some wacky opening and ending anime scenes that are amusing to watch during the story mode, though they aren't really animated that greatly. There are also some toss-in challenges to play around with if you truly desire. And yes, if you love the Street Fighter characters, you'll be proud of how well they are represented in their transition to 3D. The art is extremely solid, and somehow the game engine still manages to pull off playing like a 2D game without looking like oddball crap. The game is near perfect in terms of aesthetics. There are things that I wish Street Fighter 4 had that I can't really knock it too harshly down for. Yes, I want more characters because I'm just a greedy asshole like that, and it would help to even further distance the game from being seen as just Street Fighter 2 in 3D. Also, some sort of quarter mode for online gaming would have been nice as well to simulate being at an actual arcade, and it would have been nice to be able to watch matches without participating. There is a possibility that these additions and features will make it into future downloadable content, but as it is, we don't have it yet. A few not so essential parts of this game slightly miss the cut, but in terms of a fighting game that you can play with your friends, there are virtually no flaws in the engine. True, who the hell knows about tiers and all that BS at this point, but then who even cares? This game is really fun. Street Fighter 4 for the Xbox 360 receives a 10 out of 10.